around me are familiar faces, worn out.
Not gonna lie, it's a little hard for me to be excited about anything from Microsoft after their recent announcement of jacking up their game prices to $80 and raising their console prices by $100. Currently, in terms of new titles other than Doom Eternal, the one thing that is saving Microsoft right now is the past. Whether that be Oblivion Remaster, the Master Chief Collection, Ninja Gaiden, it's clear as day that, Microsoft's best days were the 360 days, which is why today we got the announcement that we did. After several rumors and speculation, we got the official announcement, and also it was announced through the PlayStation account, so that lets you know that this is going to be coming to the PS5. Gears of War Reloaded is coming in August 26th. For Xbox Series X and S, PC, cloud gaming, and Ps5.
Ps5.
The original Gears of War returns, faithfully remastered and natively optimized for more platforms than ever before as Gears of War Reloaded. It's interesting though, this is just the first game. I'm wondering why it doesn't include the entire trilogy. I guess this is their way of giving people a little sample, seeing how many bite, and then doing the rest. As a person who never really got into Gears, this is the perfect opportunity for me to start trying it out. Yeah, I know. Sacrilege. Frit, you missed out on Gears? I did. Unfortunately, I was tortured with Uncharted's much inferior third-person shooting instead.
Let's point and laugh.
Don't make fun of me! Okay, yeah, we were the only house in the entire city with the PS3 at the time, while everybody was playing Gears and I was entirely left out. But now is my chance to see what everybody's been loving and hyping up for decades. Don't judge me. I didn't want to play this on a 360 and I'm not gonna buy an Xbox to play it, okay? If this leads to Gears 2 and 3 coming to PC, then take my money, because my Gears cherry still needs to be popped. Gears of War Reloaded launches October 26, 2025 for $40 on all platforms, including the PS5, and arrives day one with Game Pass Ultimate or Game Pass PC.
Game Pass. Got it on my PC and my Xbox.
This all but confirms to me that indeed Gears E-Day will be coming to PS5 day one. And that's a good thing because I'm tired of console manufacturers holding games hostage behind a platform. It's why we haven't been able to play Gears 2 and 3 forever on PC. It's a good thing that PlayStation players will finally have something to play, and it's amazing to see Microsoft be the top publisher on the PlayStation console, transforming it into their own. Well, jokes aside, not a fan of the pricing, surprisingly. I was hoping $40 would be for the entire trilogy, but this $40 for just one game in the trilogy. It's not the worst price imaginable, but for $40, I was hoping all three games came bundled with this. Of course, you can't complain when you can play it on Game Pass too, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. Gears of War Reloaded supports cross-play and cross-progression across all platforms. Xbox fans who own the digital version of Gears of War Ultimate Edition receive a free upgrade to Gears of War Reloaded. So you mean to tell me this is mainly to sell it to PC and PS5 users? Because I'm pretty sure the majority of Xbox users already have this title in their library, and they get to reap the benefits of a free upgrade. God damn, I guess Microsoft views PlayStation guys as the people to pay, and then they give all the Xbox users free stuff. I'm not gonna lie, smart move. However, what I don't think is so smart is pricing the game at $40, because that means each game will be $40 a piece, meaning if you want the full trilogy, you're looking at $120. Now it makes sense why Microsoft advertised Game Pass so much. Well, then again, if you're an Xbox user, this is free. For everyone else, cough up. Worth noting though that yes, it does come with all the post-launch downloadable content at no extra charge, so you get bonus campaign act and all the cosmetics. But what about the enhancements? What comes there? Well, 4K resolution, 60 FPS in campaign, 120 FPS in multiplayer, HDR, variable refresh rate, 4K assets and remastered textures, enhanced post-processing visual effects, improved shadows and reflections, super resolution and improved anti-aliasing, and 0 loading screens during campaign. So basically everything that you would expect out of a modern game. We're not looking at a remake, we're looking at a remaster. It's not that dramatic of an overhaul. I imagine it couldn't be if it comes as a free update for Xbox users. It looks like Microsoft really does want to milk PlayStation users and get them to rebuy everything again. And I must admit, it's not a bad strategy, and it's beneficial to gamers and Microsoft. The only thing left now is to put Halo on PlayStation and Nintendo, and I don't know what's taking them so long with that one. But so far, Forza is there, Gears is now there. It's only logical that Halo should be next in line. The craziest part to me is it's the official PlayStation account announcing this release. That's both hilarious and tragic, because so far PlayStation has had more Xbox games to announce to us than PlayStation titles. And I don't think Ghost of Yote is gonna be enough. Right now, the most exciting things and the highest selling games are all Xbox titles. I do want to point out, however, that the strangest thing about this title is that it's a remaster of a remaster. It's so blatantly obvious that Microsoft wants to take advantage of PC and PlayStation users when it comes to this title. It's practically a re-release of a title they already remastered. Granted, it does get the benefits of 120 FPS during multiplayer and a res bump, but I'm not really sure that's enough to justify $40. But like I said, with things like Game Pass, do you really have to justify this price when you don't even have to buy it? I'll say it's a bold strategy move out of Microsoft to revitalize their brand using PlayStation and PC, because this is going to sell. This is going to be one of the most popular products on all 3 platforms. Let's not kid ourselves. Microsoft knows what they're doing, but that's not stopping a few salty Xbox fanboys from losing their minds. Like the legendary Crap Gamer, who to this day still holds a grudge against Phil Spencer for putting Quantum Break on PC. What did he have to say about this matter?
There it is. Gears of War on PlayStation. What a shit show on Xbox. You've run Xbox into the ground.
Familiar faces.
I love it. No matter what fanboy it is. I love watching console fanboys lose their minds over other people getting to play their games. And there's nothing they can do about it. Even if the Xbox Series X sold incredibly well, this was all going to happen no matter what. After basically dedicating his life to Microsoft for nearly a decade, this is how they reward Crap Gamer, and I love it. The interaction between him and Phil Spencer is still one of the greatest fanboy interactions of all time. It's funny because the thing they claim to love about the Xbox brand is the games. And they're getting more of those from Microsoft, but they're upset other people get to play them because that means their console serves no purpose. So all along, it was the console that they were in love with and not the games. They just won't admit that. The real thing to be upset about is not the full trilogy. And this is definitely not what the leakers were telling us a few months ago. Seems they're gonna resell this piece by piece and try to make some money off PlayStation users. It doesn't matter how quote-unquote dead Xbox gets, that's not gonna stop Crap Gamer from making an endless supply of videos on them for all eternity, so nothing can really kill Xbox when this guy won't ever stop making videos trying to ridicule people for doing the exact same thing he was doing for a decade. It's only bad news for the dudes who attach their entire identity behind this console brand. For them, there is no point to it, but for Microsoft, it's like one of the best business strategies they've made in a decade. Unable to sell games for a while, putting their games on PC and PlayStation has quite literally saved the brand from closing down. So if you really do care about Xbox games, you should be happy to be seeing where the funding for those titles is coming from, and it's coming out of the pockets of PlayStation users. But no, brand identity is what they truly value. We're living in a timeline where there is no console war. Microsoft has backed out. Well, they backed out a while ago. And I, for one, actually fully support what they're doing. I love seeing exclusivity die. That's a controversial opinion for some reason, But how else are you supposed to spark interest in older games if you're not making them readily available to more people who missed out on them in the past? Get them hooked into the series and then sell them. Console fanboys do not know how money is made. They have no fundamental understanding because they spend all day on social media arguing with each other about which brand has what, which brand is in the toilet, which brand makes the most money, which brand has the most console units sold. And that is what they're invested in, not gaming itself. Gamers should be rejoicing, and you should be happy PlayStation users get to play this, but that's not the attitude. Crap Gamer represents the absolute worst in the Xbox fanboy group. This man does not know how to be happy for others. Dead is when PlayStation users get to play Xbox games? No, dead is when the service is shut down and all 1,000+ of your games are removed. That's what dead would be. Throwing a pissy fit over it isn't gonna change anything. And you should prepare yourself because this is definitely going to also get ported to the Switch 2 eventually. I fully expect the majority of Xbox games to also be on the Switch. And yet, Crap Gamer is gonna do Pikachu face and pretend to be surprised and doom and gloom because without his console brand identity, he is lost. I don't know what to tell you, but when Xbox had exclusives, it was dying. Without exclusives, they are now making more money than ever before. If you really cared about the brand, you should be happy it just got saved. Fuck Xbox! Respectfully!
Familiar faces.
I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't be laughing at other people's misery, but I just do not understand how anybody could be so miserable about this. Fuck Xbox for what? For letting you have this for free? Guy like you, Uni-sensei, I'm sure you already have this in your library. You're getting the update for free. Other people gotta pay. And how dare they let PlayStation users play this? What, like PlayStation users don't deserve to play Gears? Why? This is what I mean by you need to stop being loyal to these brands. Much like with the PlayStation fanboys when they lost their collective minds over all PlayStation games going to PC. You guys have the same attitude. You treat it as some sort of betrayal, like Microsoft had your backs this whole time and you could rely on them. Like, you're really going to put that kind of faith and trust into a $1 trillion corporation? Are you out of your mind? There is no reward for your loyalty. Buy your games and shut the fuck up. Stop arguing with people online all day. Why you expect Microsoft to keep these games locked to your platform where they will guarantee to sell less in order to keep a handful of you satisfied is insane. Oh man, it's been a long minute since I've opened up a can of green salt. Let me tell you, I'm getting just as faded sniffing it as I would with red or blue salt. Perhaps this isn't as bad as I thought. At this point, I want to see more Xbox games drop on PlayStation because I love how inorganic these guys' reactions are. They know what to expect at this point, and they cry out loud thinking Microsoft will hear their pathetic little voices and stop letting them share their games with other gamers. It's mine, it's not fair. I hope they put Game Pass on other platforms next, just so you guys stop existing, because you are the most unbearable toxic people online. Anyways, I'm looking forward to trying this out on Game Pass, of course, because, you know, $40 for just one part of a trilogy? Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you so choose to on the road to 80K, and I'll see you in the next video.
Free Congo sucks ass.